See what I mean? Yep. I don't know.
I'm ready.
No.
And you are live in.
Yes, it would. It would publish correctly, I believe, now.
5, 4, 3.
From Vahalla High School, this is girls varsity soccer featuring the Vahalla Norsemen at their home field against the Grossmont Foothillers on the road. Hello again, everybody. I'm Greg K. Porter for GK Sports. We're at the game, along with Pablo Espinal, bringing you the live stream and the sights and sounds. The Norsemen, Orange Nation as they call it, are 1-6-6 overall, 0-1-2 in league play. And tonight, they're going to try to get a victory after a tie against Granite Hills on Tuesday night. And as for the Foothillers, just having an outstanding part of their season, as they now are a record of 9-2-3, 2-0-1 in league play. And away, they've only lost one game. They've won one and tied two. Their last match was against Steel Canyon in maybe their best played game of the season, beating them 3-0 at Jack Mashin Stadium. So we'll see what happens tonight. The last time they played on the road, it was against West Hills, and it was a 1-1 tie. In fact, the last two times they played on the road, they both were tied by the Wolfpack of West Hills and the Titans of Eastlake. And the Titans game will be on the site probably within the next 24 hours. So be looking out for that. Of course, don't forget our website. That's gksports.org. Go to the top of the page, and you get all the social media sites. And one of the parents lives very close by here, actually likes us on Facebook over here in El Cajon. So we appreciate that, and all of you who like us on Facebook, and we hope that you watching the game tonight will decide to go to our Facebook page and like us, because you get the Max Preps updates, all different sports across the world, professional sports, and junior college stuff as well. So like us on Facebook. Of course, on Instagram, there's the pictures, and Twitter, you got some good stuff there, a lot of video type stuff on the Twitter page. Let's get the lineup for the Norsemen. You'll see the Foothillers lineup on your screen, the full lineup. Don't know if you're going to see the full lineup for the Norsemen. So their full lineup reads this way. Their keeper is Abigail Escalante. Also, the backup keeper is Adriana Madrigal. She's also number 1. Ariana Rodriguez, the senior, is number 2. Number 3, the junior, Jenna Smith. Number 4, the senior, Talon Burton. Number 5, the senior, Riley Wells. Number 6, the junior, Perry Kraft. Number 7, the junior, Yanni Garcia. Number 8, the senior, Madison Moran. Number 9, the senior, Isabella Coronado. Number 10, the junior, Kendall Scantlin. Number 11, the sophomore, Ava Culver. Number 12, the senior, is Brooke Duma. Number 13, the junior, is Victoria Castelli. Number 14, the junior, is number 15, the junior, is Kate Baranski. Number 16, the junior, is Nicole Ayed. Number 17, the sophomore, Natalie Nybert. Number 18 is the sophomore, Alyssa Kashionen. Number 19 is a junior, Rachel Abraham. Number 20, the junior, is Isabella Gonzalez. Number 21, the senior, Cameron Scantlin. And Elena Malali is number 14. She's a junior. So that's the lineup for the Norsemen, the home team tonight. Look at the Grossmont Hills League standings. We'll probably give you those in the. Yeah, we'll see if we can bring those up right now. Standings is the Foothillers 2-0-1. They lead in first place, tied with Granite Hills at 2-0-1. Helix is 1-1-1. Helix having a great season. They're 12-1-1 on the season, and they were the #1 team in San Diego for a while there. Vahalla is 1-6-6, and they are third, tied with West Hills at 0-1-2, both of them in league play, and 0-2-1 is Steel Canyon bringing up the rear in a position they're not usually accustomed to. They are there as of right now. Today's games, of course, this one, West Hills is playing Steel Canyon, and Helix is playing Granite Hills. Take a look at the section for Division I. It's Cathedral Catholic. They are the #1 team in Division I. They're 9-2. Carlsbad, they're 11-9. They're the #2 team. Grossmont is #3, and they are 9-2-3. Eastlake is #4. They are 13-4-1. #5 is Torrey Pines at 8-2-4. #6 is Poway at 6-2-4. #7 is Del Norte at 9-4-2. La Costa Canyon is 8th, 7-3-2. Scripps Ranch 8-4-3 is 9th. Granite Hills is 10th at 7-5-2. San Marcos Academy of Our Lady of Peace, Steel Canyon, El Camino, Canyon Crest Academy, Westview, Valhalla, Bishops, West Hills, and Rancho Bernardo finish out the rest of Division I. Shift colors for all you sailors out there, past and present. We're underway. The Foothillers are in white. They'll be going from right to left. And in the home unis, the Norsemen are in the orange. These two teams played in the championship for Division II last year. Section title, good match played over at Hilltop. And the Foothillers winning the section, as you already know. And then they went on to the regional play. Gil Vejar squad did not get a chance to play in the Southern California regionals. Ball was out of play as Kate Baranski trying to serve it forward. So throw in by Taylor Aguilera. Quickly won by Rodriguez. But now here's Sara Lopez, who had herself a whale of a game against Steel Canyon. Obviously, her very best game that she's ever played against them, as she scored 2 goals. And the Foothillers playing outstanding soccer, maybe their best game of the entire season when you look at putting it all together. Maddie Mayo, pass to Cervantes, to Foster. Aguilera. Early ball in the match today is Carly Kennedy in the start. Amy Cervantes in the central, but taken away nicely that time by the Norsemen. That was Scantlin on that play, and now they're on their left flank now. In the area and a service, and they don't get it. The Foothills do not get it. That's a goal! Go, 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 goal! Every once in a while, the Foothillers will become very lax on a run early in the match, and they hadn't done that in a while, so they give up the goal. It is 1-0. Valhalla leads. Fernando Ramos, the head coach, along with Megan Long and Nick Ager, hoping that the team does not think that things are going to be easy the rest of the way in this league play after beating Steel Canyon, a team they had not beaten since last year and had not beaten in that way. And the first goal they gave up in this match was not not anything like the way they played in the last match. But you're on the road and you have to play with a certain kind of urgency and a certain kind of soccer acumen at a high level in order to get, especially in league play, to get a draw out of it, to get the result basically. And they find themselves down 1-0. Maddie Mayo in the back. They don't have Kira Smingy tonight, or Smingy, I should say. And so now the Norsemen are offsides. That is something that the Norsemen had a problem with in the last match here against the Foothillers, being offsides. And they don't want to find themselves in that particular scenario this time around. The Norsemen in the last match, obviously it was a championship match last year, found themselves behind and then had to try to catch up. But not tonight. They're ahead in the match, trying to see if they can ride it in for a victory. It'll be a throw-in for the Foothillers in this 1-0 affair. Hopefully you've got your beverage, snack. It's dinner time out here in the West Coast. Hopefully your day has been a fabulous one wherever it's been. Be sure to let us know if you're watching these games from a distance, another state, overseas. Please let us know on the right-hand column. There have been people who have been doing that, and we really appreciate it. Ball out of play. Natalie Emery's got the start tonight for the Foothillers. Did not give up a goal in the game against Steel Canyon, but tonight, different deal so far. Escalante drives that ball upfield. Scantlin brings it down. Foster on the intercept. Plays it forward to Giovingo. One of those passes in the last match to Sara Lopez was just outstanding, and Lopez did the rest with it. Aguilera will throw it in. You didn't see that match or any of the matches. They turn into a second copy, so they will be available at some point. And a shot and a save. Carly Kennedy on the shot that time. From close range. Escalante making a nice play. Maddie Mayo will watch it go out of play, and it'll be a throw-in for the Foothillers. Foster to Lopez. Scantlin trying to deal with it. And it is out of play, and it'll be out on the cleat of Scantlin. And it'll be a throw-in by the Foothillers and Taylor Aguilera. Throws it in. It's intercepted. Yanni Garcia. Ball was already out of play. It'll be a throw-in for the Norsemen on the near side. 50-50 ball. It goes out of play, and it'll be a throw-in again for the Norsemen. They gained some real estate on the near side. Ariana Rodriguez, actually, that turned out to be a foul, so it's a free kick. Marie Cooney drops it back to Ford. Into central. Cervantes trying to get it. Sent back to Emery, who drives it right to the Norsemen attacker, but she couldn't hold on to it. Rosas along the right flank, trying to get it up to Kennedy. And it goes out of play. It'll be a throw-in for the far side touchline in the 1-0 affair early on. .32.5 minutes left to play in a match of the first half part of it. Carly Kennedy, early ball now. Looking for Giovingo, but she won't be able to get to it. It had too much pace on it that time. So Escalante will drive it up to midfield, intercepted momentarily. But the Norsemen will win it. But getting up high was Aguilera. And Foster gives it over to Lopez, who gets the carom. To Kennedy, nice heel pass now, and Sara won't be able to get to it. Sara runs at Escalante, and now she sends it upfield. And now here's Mia Foster. Goal! Go, 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 goal! The senior, you have to be careful because she can hit it from a long distance. And that time, Escalante was away from her line and then wasn't able to get back and went right to Foster. And Foster says, look what I found. And she knows what to do with that one. Put it in the back of the net. So it's 1-1. Fastest 2 goals scored in a while as far as play has been for the Foothillers. Early ball now. Rosas trying to get over there, gets a partial part of the soccer ball and then stays after it now and sends it upfield. Misses Kennedy, and it's out of play. Nice little bit of hustle that time by Rosas, who has shown at first year on the team that she's up to the task. Really gotten a lot of playing time this season. She's a junior this year. Get one more year. Not hit well that time. And it goes as a errant shot. Substitution is going to occur for the Vahalla Norsemen. Yanni Garcia comes into the match. She's number 7, the junior. Maddie Mayo will get it restarted. Upfield, intercepted. Brie Cooney, her pass intercepted. Sent it some space. Vahalla with possession. Brie Cooney tries to shepherd the ball back, but it's intercepted. Norsemen into the central now. This is danger now. Upfield, they're going to get a shot, and Emery can't get her hands on it. But it was hit pretty hard. Off target, as you saw. Just not able to lift that ball up into the air. If that had been the case, they had a great chance of taking back the lead and leading 2-1. So Maddie Mayo will get it started. Foothillers a little shaky early on in the back line area. The bulk of the players for Norsemen returning back again from that CIF Division II finalist squad. But these two teams playing each other for the first time this year, as they played each other 3 times last year. Sent out of play. So it'll be a throw-in for the Foothillers. That was sent out of play by Natalie Nybert. The back line being pressed into duty for the Norsemen with Lopez, Cervantes upfield. Going to be a foot race. Rosas shows her speed and gets back. Rodriguez intercepted by Cooney and sent upfield. Carly Kennedy hasn't played a lot this year. They're trying to manage her minutes out there based on the injury that she sustained and didn't even know she'd play this year, but has gotten out there from time to time over the last number of games since the South Bay Classic. Foothillers playing in that South Bay Classic after the shot by Bree Cooney. Vahalla played in the Jubilee tournament, University City, and it'll be interesting to see if they're a part of the South Bay Classic in its second season. Turned out to be a pretty good tournament. San Ysidro High School in Montgomery, the host schools. Had some schools from Florida. A bevy of them up there in the Los Angeles area. And a number of teams from the Grossmont Hills League, the Helix Highlanders, Granite Hills Eagles, Foothillers. So we'll see if all the teams will be a part of it next season. Cooney plays it out. Wide. Down that right flank for Rosas. Early ball for Kennedy. Not accurate enough, and so it'll be a throw-in for the Norsemen. All knotted up in a 1-1 draw right now. But still a lot of time left to play in this match. Still 25 and a half minutes left to play in the first half. Mia Foster playing it forward. Lopez couldn't get by the defender. Good play in the space by Vahalla. But now here's Rosas. It caroms over to the central. Foothillers winning it. Foster now trying to weave her way, but they didn't allow her a chance to get a good pass. Maddie Mayo. Nice little pass to Aguilera. Foster sweeping in over the near side. Giabingo on a bender. And a save is made by Escalante. Abigail sends it upfield. Cut off by Mayo. But then her pass is intercepted now. And Victoria Ford is in a foot race to get back to the ball. Wins it. And sends it out of play. And so the Foothillers now will have to play in their defensive third as the Norsemen will go on the attack. Playing at home out here in El Cajon on a Thursday night. This is the live stream. Hopefully you're enjoying it so far. Here's a throw-in now from the near side. Played across the field. Norsemen with possession. Maddie Mayo gets her cleat in and intercepts it. And now Mayo will get upfield. Intercepted by Giavingo now as Lopez tries to get it. There's a bad collision, and the ball is still live, and it is sent upfield as the keeper Escalante came out. Lopez trying to get it, and then that ball was still live, but sandwiched was the Norseman player in trying to defend against that ball getting around her keeper. And you see it all the time in soccer at the high school level, the club level as well. Just the way she was sandwiched in between the players there was not a good sign. And unfortunately, a couple of games ago in the West Hills game, that game was stopped for about 20 minutes because they had to have the paramedics come out and take a player because she was concussed in that match. And we hope if she's watching it now or anybody who's watching it knows her, we send our best wishes to that player for West Hills and her getting back out on the pitch. I have a niece that has been concussed before, and I know how that plays a part in a young athlete's life. Take a look at the Division II girls soccer standings. Leading in Division II, which Foothillers were part of last season, is a Mater Dei Catholic, and they're right in the South Bay. They're 9-0-1. Mission Bay, if you watch the San Diego High School Cabers game, they were able to beat the Cabers 3-1. They are number 2 in Division II. They're 12-0-2. Helix is number 3 now, and they were number 1 for the entire season up until a couple weeks ago. They're 12-1-1. Escondido Charter is 4th. They're 8-2-3. 5th is Mission Hills. They're 9-4-1. San Diego Academy is 6th, and they are 7-3-4. 7th is Bonita Vista, who played the Foothillers in the semifinals last season in a thrilling match that went into PKs. They are 6-3-2. Mount Carmel follows them, and the Norseman player is standing up now, and that's a good sign. Mount Carmel is 8-4-6. Point Loma is 6-4-3 behind them. Then Francis Parker is 5-4-2, and they are 10th. San Diego High School follows up Francis Parker. They're 11th. Central, Olympian, Patrick Henry, Sarah, Christian, Fallbrook, La Jolla, Oceanside, and San Pascual in that order. Those are the standings, rankings for Division II. Natalie Nybert was the player injured, and she has made it to the sidelines, been able to walk to the sidelines, but that was a very difficult type of a collision. Don't know if she'll get a chance to play in the rest of this match, but just the fact that she was able to walk off the pitch is a good sign for the rest of her season. More importantly, for her parents and family members. Maddie Mayo treating back. Bricuni. Then for Giovingo, sends across the field pass. It was touched off of Mia Foster, so the Norsemen have it now. Off the head of Ashley Austin, who's into the match, the freshman. And it is sent out of play. Lastly touched out by the Norsemen. So it'll be a throw-in with the Foothillers in a 1-1 tie. Most of the minutes should be put back on the clock, but we'll see if that is the case. We're inside 18.5 according to the scoreboard, but that doesn't necessarily mean that that's how much time is left. Victoria Ford now drops it back to Austin. Sends it upfield to Carly Kennedy. Trapping that soccer ball now. Foster. Olivia Hunter's into the match now. Hunter wins the soccer ball now. Gets around one player. It's intercepted upfield. Giovingo misses the soccer ball, so onto it now is Burton. Burton on the attempt to get to the soccer ball was not able to do so, but the Norsemen do have it now with Coronado. But taken away now, here is Ford. Plays it up to Lopez, drops it off to Rosas, but not able to get that ball to bend down the right flank and keep it in play. Madrigal will come out of off the pitch. I believe that's her. No, that's Garcia that just came out. For the Norsemen, now Riley Wells is into the match. And Isabella Gonzalez is into the match. Wells the senior, Gonzalez the junior. Burton with the soccer ball, the senior. Sends it into the central. Intercepted by Mayo. Foster drops it off. Sara Lopez. It's kind of dropped down to a midfield spot for the moment. Up to the central. Now Lopez runs onto it and then gives it to Kennedy. And then a shot and just missing on the near side. Moreno was in that space. And sometimes when the players do at this level are next to each other, they can actually shield off one of the defenders from trying to get at the striker and be able to get a shot off. One that might arrive into the back of the net. Lopez trying to get it. It went off her cleat, taken away by Hunter now, and she goes after it, and it is sent out of play, and she got a little bit that time of Kendall Scantlin. And she's kind of moving rather slowly. Ashley Austin will throw it in. It'll be a very physical game, as you've already seen in high school soccer. Sometimes unfairly so, because the refs do not call certain fouls and things that happen out there on the pitch, as opposed to other club levels, which a lot of these girls play in the club arena. Foster ahead forward, but it's intercepted, and an early ball. Trying to get to it that time was Gonzalez. Here's Foster trying to hold on to it, could not, and the turn is given up to the Norsemen. Played upfield, Burton. Foster has it now. Chiabingo now. Tries to get it again. And now Ford has it. Sends it to Foster. Foothillers having a hard time now trying to keep the ball down. And so the giveaway to Rodriguez. The collision. Hunter on the near side now after the collision, but give it away. But the intercept now by Foster over to Lopez. Lopez, and she arrived with the soccer ball out of the field of play on the pitch. And it's 1-1 draw. Don't forget about our sponsor, and that is Dental Arts of Palm Avenue. Need teeth cleanings, root canals, any of those types of things. They do a great job over there. Check them out on their website, dentalartsofpalmave.com. Again, that's dentalartsofpalmave.com. Down the right flank, intercepted by the Norsemen. Now they want to go up the field. Yanni Garcia, early ball now. Treating back is Austin. Austin still on the soccer ball. Austin, and it is sent out of play. But it was off of the Norsemen, and it'll be a throw-in. Throw-in for the Foothillers of Grossmont, another El Cajon team. But they're on the border of El Cajon and La Mesa, quite a bit west of here. 50-50 ball. Hunter goes down, and it goes over to Giabingo. Still maintaining possession. Jennifer keeps it alive, and it is sent out of play, and it will be a throw-in for the Foothillers. Taking a kind of a hard tumble, but we've seen this before with Jennifer Giabingo. And she's going to come out for the moment. Danielle Dees will come in. Ashley Austin throws it in. Hunter won't get to it. Run onto it nicely. There is the Norsemen. Pass into Central. Bree Cooney, ODP player, sends it to Maddie Mayo. To midfield. Vahalla winning it, but intercepted by Cooney. Keep it going forward. Foster plays it out to Dees. Dees sends it in some space for Hunter, but she doesn't get it. Instead, Riley Wells does. But now the Foothillers got it back with Mia Foster on the near side. Foster on the run. Mia Foster now, and she's knocked down, and it's going to be a free kick. Foster trying to get around that time, Talon Burton. Burton wasn't going to have any of it that time and got too much of the senior. So it's a free kick. This is where the Foothillers are very dangerous. All right, let's see what they do with this free kick. And it's 1-1 time. Victoria Ford will take it. Ford, the senior, can be on the other end of a service into the area or can serve it into the area. Ford hits it really hard and no chance for anybody to do anything with this one. So it'll be a goal kick for the Norsemen. Clock shows inside, 10 minutes left to go in the first half, but that may not be the official time. Remember, had a player down for Norsemen for a number of minutes. Well, we'll find out. In the attacking third for the Foothillers, Moreno, the senior, wins that soccer ball and sends it out to Dees, and it is sent out of play off of Dees' cleat. So a throw in for Vahalla out of their defensive third. Upfield, intercepted by the Foothillers for the moment. 50-50 ball, won again by the Foothillers. Hunter comes upfield. Austin could not keep it going, but Maddie Mayo runs onto it and gives it over to Foster. Here's Danielle Dees. Dees on the run, trying to get it to her teammate that time, Moreno, but it is sent out of play. So a throw in for the team in white, Grossmont Foothillers. Sara Lopez now to Mia Foster. Foster now trying to get around a player, does so, and it is sent out of play, and it looks like it's going to be a corner kick. So the Foothillers with another set piece here in the last few minutes. That is a team that you do not want to give the opposition too many chances as far as set pieces are concerned. Olivia Hunter comes out of the match. And Jennifer Giovingo comes back in. And she'll take the corner. So here's the chance now where Victoria Ford will try and see if she can get up in the air and direct it in the right way towards the net. Man mark or zone mark. Let's see what they do now. Up in the air, there's Ford, and it goes outward. Moreno sends it off of a couple of players. Now there's Foster. She's free. Goal! Go, 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 go. No, it is not. Let's see. It is. He didn't give that sign that I'm used to seeing. I was going to give it a little bit sooner, and he finally did. So it is 2-1. Didn't see anything wrong with that goal, but then again, I missed him before. So Foster gives him the go-ahead goal, and the lead. She scored both of the goals tonight. She played very, very well. Maybe one of her best games of the entire season in the last game against Steel Canyon, and tonight already she's on the scoreboard twice. And the Foothillers have the lead. First lead of the match as they were down 1-0. Garcia's in the match. The junior. Up to midfield. Intercepted by the Foothillers. Garcia has it on her cleat. Trying to drop it back, but it got intercepted. Now here's Giovingo now. Giovingo plays it forward, falls down, and is staying down. Holding her ankle, and now play is going to be stopped. That is the second player hurt in this match. Giovingo does get back up. May have just kind of stepped awkwardly. So the Norsemen should have the possession of the soccer ball. In his 2-1 match. Foothillers enjoying the slim lead. As Foster gives it back to Escalante, the keeper for Vahalla. And Abigail upfield, intercepted. In some space. In their defensive third, go the Norsemen, but it's intercepted by Austin on the near side. Cooney sends it across field. Aguilera deciding which way to go and then gets it taken away from her. Austin now plays it all the way upfield. Sara Lopez, and she's been marked heavily upfield on the intercept, but intercepted back again by Foster. Giovingo line drives it right at the outward defender, the left side defender. And now it's into central. That is always danger if you're a defender. Danielle Dees plays it out to Taylor Aguilera. Aguilera, defender, sending it off of striker, and it's going to be a throw-in now for the Foothillers. Ashley Austin's going to come out of the match in white. Looks like Kaya Moreno might be coming out as well. Rosas comes in, and she'll play on the near side as a left side defender. Substitution made as well for the Norsemen. Quite see who it was. We'll mention it as they touch that soccer ball. Upfield, Vahalla intercepted by Foster. She of the 2 goals tonight into the area, but not able to run onto it was Giovingo. Rosas on the near side, just kind of putting pressure. But it gets upfield now for the Norsemen, and Ford under some pressure now, and that's, if you're the Norsemen, you want to, again, get back to putting pressure on the back line of the Foothillers, and it's going to be a free kick, a little bit too much pressure that time. Clock is headed down towards 2 minutes left to play in the half, but don't know how accurate that's going to be. Jennifer Giovingo now on the soccer ball. When this game turns into a second copy, you will be able to know exactly how much time is left in the match or in the first half. That is the difference when it does turn into a second copy. And all games, until otherwise noted, will be a second copy attached to it. That's where the instant replays and the highlights of the entire game at the end of it are on that copy. Falling down that time was Bree Cooney. Kind of came with some velocity to the sophomore. Sent in the central, And Maddie Mayo is down on 2 knees all the way upfield. And Lopez not able to run onto it. And Escalante has it. Clock is stopped here. So the parents and the student body do not know how much time is left. And all of us are at the mercy of the center ref as far as that's concerned. Mia Foster, if you just checked in, has scored both of the goals, accounting for the 2-1 lead for Grossmont. Team that has won 9 games on the season, 2 losses and 3 ties. One of the top 5 teams, Division I. It's the highest division in San Diego County. On a line drive, and it goes off the back of the net. So it'll get restarted by Escalante. Their team took the lead 1-0. Quite see who scored that goal. We'll catch that up for you at halftime. And then Foothillers came back on the goal as Escalante off her line. And Foster able to find that ball in the center of the field, and nobody was back there to cover for Escalante, and she put it in the back of the net. And on the second one, she was in that just above the 6-yard box, able to find a soccer ball in a bevy of players. Mia Foster, number 9, who has it now, and just put it in the back of the net. If you just checked in, where you been? These two teams played each other in the Division II championship last season. Played each other 3 times. Good game in that championship match. Upfield, Maddie Mayo, who was just down on 2 knees a little while ago. Intercepted in the central that time by Bree Cooney. Nice play. Bree still on the soccer ball. Playing it upfield to Dees. Danielle Dees. Out to Bree Cooney now. On an overlapping run. Bree Cooney now looking for an area for a service now. And it's off the side of frame. Sara Lopez was in the space, but didn't have enough space to be able to put it in the back of the net. But a good run that time by Danielle Dees, and then getting the overlap by Bree Cooney. Norsemen now trying to work something out of the back. Mia Foster has created all kind of havoc in this match. Very similar to the last match against Steel Canyon. Not allowing the types of rushes up the field that the Norsemen would like to have. Here's Foster again to Lopez. Off of a Norseman player. Dees on the outside now, trying to continue to fight for the soccer ball. It is sent out of play, and just the presence and the effort that time by Dees gets her teammates to throw it in. Aguilera doing the honors. Taylor, the defender. Cervantes, the senior, crossed the field, didn't get. And that's the end of the first half. So they gave it a few more minutes. Not quite the amount of minutes that the injured player was down for the Norsemen. So it is 2-1, the Foothillers of Grossmont leading at halftime. Stick with us. It'll be about 10 minutes or so on the live stream. And, of course, if you're watching on the second copy, the highlights of the first half will begin right now. Scantlin on that play, and now they're on their left flank now. in the area and a service, and they don't get it. The Foothills do not get it. That's a goal. Go, 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 goal. Every once in a while, it's been a fabulous one wherever it's been. Be sure to let us know if you're watching these games from a distance, another state, overseas. That match or any of the matches, they turn into a second copy, so they will be available at some point. And a shot and a save. Carly Kennedy on the shot that time. Sarah runs at Escalante, and now she sends it upfield. And now here's Mia Foster. Goal! Go, 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 goal! The senior, you have to be careful, but it's intercepted. Norsemen into the central now. This is danger now. Upfield, they're going to get a shot, and Emery can't get her hands on it. Intercepted by Giovingo now as Lopez tries to get it. There's a bad collision. Natalie Nybert was the player injured, and she has made it to the sidelines, been able to walk to the sideline. Marker, zone mark. Let's see what they do now. Up in the air, there's Ford, and it goes outward. Moreno sends it off of a couple of players. Now there's Foster. She's free. Goal! Cooney now looking for an area for a service now, and it's off the side of frame. 2-1, your score. 2 goals by Mia Foster in the first half. And Isabella Coronado, the senior, scored the lone goal for the Norsemen. Standings in high school girls soccer, I should say the rankings. Monteverdi, Florida. Monteverdi Academy out of Monteverdi, Florida is 9-0. They're the number 1 team. American Heritage Plantation is 9-2 out of Florida. 12-1-3 is Bartram Trail. They're third. Fourth is Brandon out of Mississippi, 10-1-2. Fifth is St. John's Country Day out of Orange Park, Florida. They're 14-1. Monte Vista out of Danville, Northern California is 9-0-1. They're fifth. They're sixth. Seventh is Clovis North out of Northern California, 14-0-2. Eighth is Los Alamitos. They're 17-3-3. Remember, they played in that South Bay Classic. Academy of Holy Names out of Tampa, Florida is 12-1. They're 9th, and 10th is Cypress Bay out of Weston, Florida. Then it's Chaparral out of Scottsdale, West Lauderdale out of Mississippi, Clinton, Lakeland Christian. Shift colors for all you sailors out there, past and present. Out of Florida, Northwest Rankin out of Mississippi is 15th. 16th is Upland, 17th is Allen. Archbishop McCarthy out of Fort Lauderdale is 18th. 19th is Venice. Lord's Academy is 20th. Mater Dei out of Santa Ana is 21st. Plant out of Tampa is 22nd. Vero Beach is 23rd. Carrollton School of Sacred Heart in Miami is 24th. And Pacific out of Garden Grove is 11-0-1, and they are 25th. Those are your national rankings for girls soccer. Victoria Ford on the near side drives it out of play. Rodriguez across the field, intercepted by Aguilera. Nice hitter that time by Scantlin. Near side, Scantlin wins it again. Nicely done. Gets it up to Rodriguez. Plays it to the center of the field. That's Culver. And an early ball. Kate Moransky trying to get to it and will not be able to do so. So the Foothillers will throw it in out of their deep third. In this 2-1 affair. Hopefully you've been enjoying it wherever you've been watching it and whatever time of the night or in the morning. and you're watching it. Sara Lopez on the run, the attacker extraordinaire for the Foothillers. And it's sent out of play quickly by Vahalla. In this San Diego section match of the California Interscholastic Federation, otherwise known as CIF. Cecilia Rosas will throw it in the attacking third. Nicely done by Giovingo to play it in some space, but Lopez couldn't get to it. Now hit hard, and the save is made. Hit hard by Bree Cooney. Driven up the field. Maddie Mayo reduced the size of the field, along with their defenders. They send it out of play, and it'll be a throw-in now. As retrieving it is Kendall Scantlin. Scantlin gets some air under the ball, but it's intercepted by Rosas. Right over to Foster, who plays it over to Cooney. Aguilera now on the run. Gets it by Baranski, but the Norsemen have it now. The back line. Rodriguez. Early ball. Maddie Mayo drifts back. Aguilera. And on the backside, here come the Norsemen now. Played in the central. Emery comes off her line and makes the save. Right in front of Riley Wells. Natalie's had only a few games as keeper in a capacity of a halftime, but this is the second time that Natalie Emery, the keeper for the Foothillers, has played an entire match and gave up no goals against Steel Canyon, and so far has only given up one. Here's Sara Lopez now, hits it hard, and the save is made just in front of Jennifer Giovingo. Coronado runs onto it, and then on the near side, Victoria Ford, who taps it back to Emery. Emery corkscrews a ball out of play on the near side. So now it's going to be a throw-in in the attacking third for Orange Nation, the Norsemen. Kendall Scantlin will throw it in. Plays it to Coronado. Back to Scantlin now, trying to make a move. It's taken away by Emmy Cervantes upfield now. Carly Kennedy on the run now. Tries to play it in the central for Lopez, but it never arrived there. Nice intercept that time by Jenna Smith, the junior. Now here's an early ball. This is trouble now for the Foothillers, and his shot is over way too high. The back line had been beat that time. And a great opportunity to try to even up the match. But the shot was too high by Riley Wells. So Maddie Mayo will take the goal kick. Put down by Giovingo, and then Kennedy back to Giovingo, 50-50 ball. But now the Norsemen have it. Nyad. Bree Cooney has it. Sends it upfield. Sara Lopez kind of plays it up forward, but Mia Foster not able to get onto it. Maddie Mayo in the back. Emmy Cervantes looking for Foster. She never got it. Wells has it. Early ball. Ford plays it over to Aguilera, and she sends it out of play. Pestered that time by Moran. So it'll be a throw-in now for the Norsemen. Their last match was a tie. Foothillers have ties on the road in their last two matches. Against West Hills and against Eastlake. They were down 1-0 in the Eastlake match, and they were ahead in the West Hills match. Trying to avert being tied tonight on the road. Although ties are not as bad as a loss, you get points. keep them up there in the top of the standings of the Grossmont Hills League. Tula Pine into the match along with Austin. Austin in the back, but Emery will get to it first. Natalie drives it. Baranski's trying to chase it and keep it in. But the Foothillers have it with Aguilera looking for Kennedy. It went off of her shoulder and out of play. It'll be a throw-in for Vahalla. They have it at midfield and a quick turn and sent out of play. Foothillers will throw it in. Got the warmers out here in El Cajon on a chilly night. And kind of a little bit chillier, I would say, this winter. Fall and winter than it has been. As far as the evening times are concerned, maybe a few degrees. Aguilera along the left flank for the Foothillers. Bree Cooney, an early ball looking for Carly Kennedy. Kennedy will pursue it. Escalante driving it upfield. Offsides call on the play, the Foothillers, and that is not something that they usually have happen to themselves too often. Really good at not being offsides. Usually take advantage of their rushes up the field. And that can wear you out as a striker. Probably wears you out as these players are usually in great shape. More on the mental side than anything else. Intercepted by Bree Cooney. Trying to get that up to Riley Wells. Victoria Ford over to Austin. The freshman works it over to Giovingo, the junior. Left-footed strike all the way across the field. Aguilera. And it was off of Kate Baranski. It'll be a throw-in. Carly Kennedy gets it taken away upfield. But Mia Foster covers it up. Aguilera had nobody to pass it to, and so it'll be an easy save. 30 minutes left to go in the match. It's a tight one out here in El Cajon, 2-1, the Foothillers. After being down 1-0, as Coronado scored it within the first few minutes of the match. They're able to come back on a Mia Foster goal on a mistake by the keeper. And then Foster came back later in the half to add the go-ahead goal. Aguilera was able to get back, get a cleat onto the soccer ball, and here is Giovingo now. Has a little problem with it, and it's stripped, but Bree Cooney is there to cover. All the way over to Aguilera. Plays it over to Lopez. It tries to turn, but it went off her cleat. Foster was able to cover it. Now Lopez has it. Lopez now drops it back. Austin not able to get it, but then it was trickled off of the cleat that time of Coronado over to Austin. Her pass is intercepted. So the Norsemen on a counterattack. It whizzes by Coronado. Stopped by Ford. 50-50 ball. And Coronado is able to win it that time against Ford, but Ford stays with it. Ford shields it away from Coronado. Nice play. And then is fouled on the play. So it'll be a free kick at a space for the Foothillers. Jennifer Giovingo will take the free kick. Sends it all the way towards the back line on a very good air ball that time. Kennedy cannot get by the interior defender. But here's Giabingo on an intercept. Payan trying to get it, but it was lastly touched out by Giabingo. So the throw in by Vahalla. Intercepted by Austin. Foster just heads it up. The outside defender, and then it's going to be a throw in. So just each time off the clock. And the Foothillers will take that. Near side, Austin. Ford gets it. Sends it down the right flank again. Antlin throws it in. Trying to get it that time was Rodriguez. She missed it. But they get it in the deep back, but they give it away as Giabingo sends it out. And again, Foothillers not holding on to possession, but they eat more time off the clock. Scanlon throwing it about in the same area. Gain a little bit of real estate along the near side, Vahalla. Kendall Scantlin will throw it in, as she's just done for the last few minutes. Working her arms, throwing that soccer ball. Gains a lot more real estate, and in the attacking third now for Vahalla. Touched out by the Foothillers. Let's see what Scantlin can do with it this time in the attacking third. Coach is giving her direction. Will she go forward with it? She does. Intercepted, though, by the Foothillers and sent out of play. Good job in the space by Austin. Austin can play up forward and can play in the back, as she's shown in different matches. Depends on what the coach wants. Valuable learning experience at this level. It's only going to bode well for her moving forward, as she is only a freshman. As the composition of the squad changes and the needs change. Victoria Ford will get it restarted. Just above 24 and a half minutes left to play in the match. Riley Wells trying to do something with it was Rodriguez in the space, but Giabingo wouldn't allow her to. Ford plays it in some space. Scantlin has it now. Plays it to the near side now. After it is Ayad. Ayad sends a ball into the central. And running onto it that time was Bree Cooney. Bree Cooney, the sophomore, and Ashley Austin, the freshman. Cooney drives it out of play again. Knows exactly what she's doing. Buying time. And a running clock. Another player outside of Scantlin is going to throw it in, and Scantlin's going to go in the interior. Let's see what happens this time. Try to get some air onto the soccer ball. That is Baranski throwing it in. It's intercepted. It's upfield and out of play. Gil Behar's coaching staff make sure it doesn't go far, far away. They can take advantage of this clock moving. Matty Mayo in some space. This is hit across the field, up in the air, not getting the strike that they wanted that time. Maybe to try to tuck it inside that far post. They have had opportunities, but again, last season right here at Vahalla High School, they had opportunities, just could not cash them in. And the Foothillers able to win that first match right here. Foster drops it back. Aguilera. Kennedy nearly ran onto it. Foster didn't want to put too much pace on it. But now, retreating back are the Foothillers. Giabingo. Now, running onto it is Bree Cooney. Nicely stopping her progress and then getting it to Foster now, who plays it to Carly Kennedy. Carly hits it hard now, but save is made. Good little counterattack up the field. Kind of changing the tempo that time was Bree Cooney. Victoria Ford racing back to the near side. Watches it go out, and it'll be a goal kick. Look like some substitutions are going to occur, potentially. And that is correct, as Payan is coming out for the Foothillers as we near the 21-minute mark of the match left. Into the match now is Mia Tillett. Tillett, the sophomore, on the team for the first time this season. They have a player who's on sides now, a conversion now. They have a player trying to get to it, and that would have been Baranski, but getting over there at the last minute was Austin and driving it out of play. The freshman, a very alert play that time. Kind of reminds me of a player that we saw before in the club soccer days that played in that Eastlake game that made an alert play. Coming from the JV squad, Muro. Felicity Muro. Here's a shot and a goal! Go, 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 goal! Baranski putting it into the back of the net, and it's a tie match. And the Foothillers have given up 2 goals, and they did not give up 2 in the last match, and it's the first time they've given up 2 in a while. Last time they gave up 2 was against the, I want to say, Steel Canyon. 8-9 games ago. Now they find themselves in a 2-2 match. And again, that tie bug is looming large. Still a lot of time left to go in this match. And Norsemen or the Foothillers can win this match. You just checked in, the Norsemen scored first. That was Coronado. And then the most recent goal, Kay Baranski, was sandwiched around 2 Mia Foster goals for the Foothillers. Foothillers had a 2-1 halftime lead. But now the only team who scored in the second half is the home team, Vahalla. And in their last match, the Norsemen found themselves in a tie in their last match. And that tie was against Granite Hills, a 2-2 tie. So here tonight, they've done just like they've done in their last match by scoring a total of 2 goals. After being without a goal in the Helix match, and let's see. Offsides on the play. Carly Kennedy. Offsides. But Vahalla can put a bunch of goals on the scoreboard. They did so against El Capitan in a loss. Right? Well, actually, they scored 2 goals in that match in a loss. And they also, in a loss against Del Norte, put 3 goals on the board. So they can put them up this season. Foothillers in first place in the league. They're in a good scenario. Have not lost in league play. And they'll try not to lose tonight. But part of that is going to be whether or not they can keep Vahalla from putting another one into the back of the net. Maddie Mayo is able to run on to the soccer ball. Loses it. Kira Smingy not available tonight. And that is one of the things that usually helps the Foothillers now. And getting to it is Austin, sending it to the other side of the field. And let's see, there's a player down for the Foothillers. But the center ref did not want to stop play. That's Victoria Ford, it looks like, that's down. The third player in this game, and if you add Maddie Mayo being down on 2 knees, maybe the 4th one. But the third where attention has to be placed to stop the game. And Victoria Ford is coming out. And that's another defender coming out from what they normally have. So Rosas going to be pressed into duty and may have to play the rest of the match. Done a pretty good job as a defender. We'll see if Victoria Ford can come back in. Carly Kennedy is also coming out of the pitch. Remember, she has a minutes kind of restriction. And she's still trying to work herself being fit. Emmy Cervantes back into the match. Mia Foster drives it upfield. The near side. Tillett trying to get to it. Rosas instead sent upfield by Bree Cooney. But here come the Norsemen now. They've done a real good job with their attackers in this match. It's hit hard, but too high. Hit hard that time by Scantlin. Two Scantlins on this Norseman team, Kendall Scantlin and Cameron Scantlin. Cameron is a senior, and Kendall is a junior. Maddie Mayo drives it upfield. Gets some good air on the soccer ball. Mia Foster brings it down and plays it to the near side now. Mia Tillett now going after it. She goes down on the collision. This one is hit hard by Cervantes trying to follow it up. And it is out of play. And Tillett trying to shake it off, and you wonder, did she hit her head? And the way she's acting right now, that might have been the case. And as I mentioned that early in the first half, that there was a player when Natalie Nybert went down. Then in the West Hills game, a couple of games ago, that the ambulance had to come, and because of the percussion protocol, had to be taken care of. Concussion protocol, a scenario that seems to be fit most of the, or a little bit more often, just a fraction more, the girls and women in playing this world's most famous sport of soccer than the men, as science has kind of bore out in the facts. Scientific knowledge. Don't know why, but it just seems to happen. And coming out of this match is going to be Tillett, who doesn't get a lot of playing time and trying to get some tonight, and unfortunately involved in a collision with the keeper, and will come out of this match. And hopefully she'll be okay, not only for herself but for her family. OK Sports wishes her the very best if it is a concussion protocol scenario. Don't want to have too many of those in athletics, because unfortunately you will not be playing very long. Most organizations know that. So the ball is out of play on the near side. It's going to be a throw-in for the Foothillers. In its 2-2 tie, hopefully you've been enjoying all the action. It's been a physical one, but it's also been a fast-paced one at times. Finesse as well. Intercepted by Rosas now. Rosas on the near side, sends it forward and just missed Carter Kennedy, who thought was out of the match, but is back in. Garcia drops it back to her teammate, center defender. Aguilera trying to get that ball upfield, and now in a foot race, Maddie Mayo, arguably the fastest player on the team, runs track, sends it out of play. Remember, it was late in the match in last season's affair right here, Vahalla High School, where the Norsemen were able to score a goal and make the match a little bit closer. Scoreboard says inside 10 minutes left to play in the match. You hear any kind of music in the foreground, that's because the band is working. It's going to be a throw-in now for the Norsemen in the attacking third. This is where you want to be, outside the area. Moransky throws it in. It's intercepted by Kennedy. Foster. Moransky, who just scored the goal for him. Get him even at 2-2. Garcia, and then intercepted by Kennedy. Bricuni plays it out towards Aguilera, but she had already ran a few steps in front of where the soccer ball was coming. So it's going to be a turnover, as they say in basketball, and a throw in for Vahalla. Inside 9 minutes left to play in the match. Unofficially, the center ref has the official time. Check us out at Dental Arts of Palm Avenue. Affordable care as far as your dental needs for the entire family. Dental Arts of Palm Ave.com is their website. Check them out in the Strip Mall, right across from Montgomery High School, where we did the South Bay Classic matches. You live in the South Bay, easy to get to. Free kick coming up now for the Foothillers. Jennifer Giovingo will take the free kick. Giovingo hits it well, but a save is made and no rebound of consequences given up. And that bodes well for the Norsemen. 7.5 left to play in the match. Rosas runs up and runs by the soccer ball. Now tries to retrieve it and can't do it. But it was lastly touched down by Vahalla, the home team. And now substitutions are going to occur, and it looks like Victoria Ford is going to come back into the match. Carly Kennedy is going to come out as well. Maybe Bridget Wilson. Looks like it's Bridget Wilson's coming into the match, and it is. So the freshman gets a chance to play in this match before it's over. Playing up front. He's got a little speed. Taylor Aguilera. And they were offsides. So it'll be a free kick for the Foothillers. Maddie Mayo. Try to get it as far as she can get it. It's up to Sara Lopez, who sends it forward now. It's intercepted. Nicely done that time by Kendall Scantlin. Bridget Wilson runs onto it. Bridget created that penalty kick as she was knocked down against Downey. Here's a ball in the area now, and Foster playing it to Sara Lopez, and Lopez was marked heavily that time. It could not get the leverage to get to the soccer ball and try to drive it. Good defensive play in the space by the Norsemen. The Foothillers, they have a throw-in. It's intercepted. Mia Foster sends it upfield to Maddie Mayo. Back to Foster now. But they were offsides. Or a foul. One or the other. The call going for the Norsemen, and now the Foothillers have the soccer ball back. Here is Mia Foster now. Foster on the move. Foster, who scored 2 goals, trying to go for a third one. He's had a whale of a game. Austin on the near side, but couldn't hold on to it. It got stolen away and back on the counterattack, and it's a good one. Coronado now, early ball, but Maddie Mayo has that track speed and gets back to it now. Sends it to the near side. Giovingo. Ashley Austin now, who's put some in the back of the net this season. Sara Lopez curls back for it. Gets it over to Giovingo. It's intercepted by the Norsemen now. But Austin now sends an early ball. Bridget Wilson tries to get to it and just missed getting to the soccer ball. Bridget Wilson was nicked up in the last game, but she's back out there, ready to go when they need her and late in this match. I was hoping it wasn't going to be a concussion protocol game with Bridget Wilson in her injury in the last game, and obviously it wasn't. Otherwise, she wouldn't be out there today. Isabella Gonzalez just came in on the last sub for the Norsemen. Upfield, Cervantes able to retrieve it, but then gives it away. Gave it away to Ayad on the intercept, and now back again, trying to race to get it, and it's sent all the way back to Emory by Maddie Mayo. Upfield. Must have been an offsides and wasn't seen right away. About 3.5 left to go on the scoreboard clock in this match. Will it be another tie for the Foothillers on the road? Will it be another tie for the Norsemen, as they had the tie with Granite Hills on Tuesday? Sara Lopez now. Got her teammate, Cervantes. Bridget Wilson gets it taken away. Goes back to get it. It's knocked down, and it's out of play. And it'll be a throw-in now for the Norsemen. Check out our website, gksports.org. All our social media pages are right there at the top of the page. We'll make sure that this game is on that website in an hour or so after the game. Here is Sara Lopez. Cervantes, Bridget Wilson, into the central. Lopez hits it hard, and the save is made. Upfield, intercepted by Bree Cooney. To Lopez now, looking for Bridget Wilson, and she can't get to it. Sent it too far away from Bridget. Mia Foster up in the air. Cooney, Aguilera, and it is sent off the player in the space of the Norsemen. And the throw in. Bridget Wilson brings it down. Sends it off the Norsemen again. So they gain a little bit more real estate down that left flank. The clock is stopped here at the field. Mia Foster on the run. Takes a blast now, but it is right at the keeper. All the way downfield. Victoria Ford plays it off of the orange. And so now on the near side, trying to get it, and it is out of play. It'll be a throw-in for the Foothillers. Austin goes off the nose that time of Foster, but she just stayed with it. Tough, gritty player. Here is Giovingo to Bree Cooney. Now to the other side of the field to Taylor Aguilera. Limited time for both teams. Bree Cooney now sends it out of play. And it'll be a throw-in for the Norsemen. They'll get a new ball from the back to throw it in. I mentioned both teams are working with limited time here. Center ref will be looking at his watch soon. It's touched by the Vahalla Norsemen. And so it's going to be a throw-in for the Foothillers. Aguilera chases it down. In the attacking third, the Foothillers. Aguilera trying to get a lot of air into the ball, but it's intercepted. Bridget Wilson gets a piece of it over to Foster, who turns. Sends it over to Cervantes, who still has it. Cross the field now, but it's going to get intercepted. Victoria Ford will go after it. Dangerous pass. Victoria Ford now trying to get it over to Austin. The freshman now working with it. Double teamed. Ford now goes after it. It's taken away, and it's going to be a foul and a free kick. Free kick now for the Norsemen. Rodriguez, the senior, sets it up. Home team didn't like that call by the center ref. Substitution's going to occur. As Austin, something going on with maybe a little blood or something, and Austin comes off the pitch and comes back on. And now told that she cannot be out there, I guess. So the Foothillers have another player that comes in. It's Carly Kennedy. On the free kick, Victoria Ford, who will leap up in the air and intercept the soccer ball, or will try to head it on a set piece and put it in the back of the net. Here is Giovingo, gets it up to Ford now. Ford taps it over to Lopez, but she never got it now. And a heel pass now. Emery Cervantes and company will see if they can try and get to the soccer ball. Maddie Mayo does now and uses her speed over to Lopez. Here's Maddie Mayo now. Sends it to the near side to Giovingo now. Jennifer Giovingo over to Carly Kennedy. This is danger now. Carly Kennedy, a shot to save. Lopez into the back of the net. Is it a goal? It's a goal. Go, 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 go. There's a player down for the Norsemen. A scramble play, and a Foothiller is able to put it in the back of the net with Sara Lopez. Thought the home side thought that there was an offsides that should have been called, but I have seen these types of things before in high school soccer. Calls that should be made that are not made. Never forget the Santana match. And for you from Santana High School, I know you're tired of me mentioning that. But that was amazing on how that game ended. But as I mentioned before recently that in the South Bay Classic, we found out that there are different levels of refereeing in the county. And some schools get the top level refs and other schools do not. And sadly for the Norsemen, they have had players injured in this match. Nybert has not come back into the match. He was injured earlier. Natalie Nybert. 3-2. Down the field, the Norsemen trying to get a draw out of this match. They had a draw in their last match. Taken away by the Foothillers. And that is the end of the match. The final score in a very exciting match, especially in the last few minutes. It was a matter of which team was going to get that quality rush up the field, that one that they could put into the back of the net. And in this case, it happened to be the Foothillers on the road, breaking the tie scenario. They had had 2 ties in a row, West Hills and Eastlake, and they're able to not tie on the road this time, and for the second year in a row be able to win against the Norsemen on the road in their place. Allows them to stay in first place, and we'll see what happens the rest of the way. Only one more team to play in the Grossmont Hills League out of the first round, and that'll be Granite Hills for Grossmont High School. For Pablo Espinal, I'm Greg K. Porter saying don't forget about our website. That's gksports.org, the Max Preps, the Instagram. Like us on Facebook. That's where you get the constant updates of sports every single day. And join the conversation on Twitter. On a chilly night, final score. Sara Lopez getting the goal, along with Mia Foster, 2. And the goals for Vahalla, it was Coronado and Kate Baranski. So long from Vahalla High School. Have yourself a good weekend. The next game that we will be doing will be San Diego High School on Saturday. Tune in for that one over at San Diego High School. So long. Scantlin on that play, and now they're on their left flank now. In the area, and a service, and they don't get it. The Foothills do not get it. It's a goal. It's been a fabulous one wherever it's been. Be sure to let us know if you're watching these games from a distance, another state, overseas. That match or any of the matches, they turn into a second copy, so they will be available at some point. And a shot on the save. Carly Kennedy on the shot. Sara runs at Escalante, and now she sends it upfield. And now here's Mia Foster. Goal! Go, 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 goal! The senior, you have to be careful because she can hit it from a long distance, but it's intercepted. Norsemen into the central now. This is danger now. Upfield, they're going to get a shot. Natalie Nybert was the player injured, and she has made it to the sidelines, been able to walk to the sidelines. Marker, zone mark. Let's see what they do now. Up in the air, there's Ford, and it goes outward. Moreno sends it off of a couple of players. Now there's Foster. She's free. Goal! Cooney now looking for an area for a service now, and it's off the side of frame. Gave up no goals against Steel Canyon, and so far has only given up one. Here's Sara Lopez now, hits it hard, and the save is made just in front of Jennifer Giavingo. Coming from the JB squad, Muro. Felicity Muro. Here's a shot and a goal! Loses it. Kira Smingy not a... And Victoria Ford is coming out. Foster brings it down and plays it to the near side now. Mia Tillett now going after it. She goes down on the collision. This one is hit hard by Cervantes trying to follow it up. And it is out of play. And Tillett trying to shake it off. And you wonder, did she hit her head? Oh, a scenario that seems to be fit most of the, or a little bit more often. It's a fraction more, the girls and women. Norsemen now. But Austin now sends an early ball. Bridget Wilson tries to get to it and just missed getting to the soccer ball. To the near side to Giavingo now. Jennifer Giavingo over to Carly Kennedy. This is danger now. Carly Kennedy, a shot to save. Lopez into the back of the net. Is it a goal? It's a goal! Calls that should be made that are not made. For Pablo Espinal, I'm Greg K. Porter saying don't forget about our website. That's gksports.org, the Max Preps, the Instagram. Like us on Facebook. That's where you get the constant updates of sports every single day. And join the conversation on Twitter. On a chilly night, final score. Sara Lopez getting the goal, along with Mia Foster, 2. And the goals for Vahalla, it was Coronado and Kate Baranski.